So, distinguished guest, thank you very much for inviting me today. I would like to correct, I'm not the CEO of Swedish Incubators and Science Park, but the chairman of this branch organization, and also the CEO of Science Park Mjärdevi in Linköping. For those of you who have not heard about Swedish Incubators and Science Parks before, we are a branch organization operating 40 incubators and 30 science parks in Sweden, which contains about 5,000 companies, startup, innovative SMEs, scale-ups, and international R&Ds. So, this summer I had the privilege to make a study visit to China together with my colleague Ulf Borbos from Swedish Incubators and Science Parks. And we went from Beijing to Shanghai to Shenzhen and Guangzhou. And I was very much impressed. I was very happy to come there and to, with my own eyes, see the development taking place in China. And I was very much impressed, and I would like to stress what you were saying, Fredrik, but also about the ecosystem of innovation, and not the least in Shenzhen and the Greater Bay Area, where you have a hotspot for hardware and software development and innovation. And I would say that every Swedish startup that want to be a global leader should go there and be inspired and learn more about the Chinese market. And this is also what we brought with us home from this experience in China, where we met with a lot of science parks, incubators, accelerators. We visited with some of the Swedish companies that are having operations in China, like Autoliv, Veoneer, Nira Dynamics, and Configura, for instance. And we also met with some Chinese companies and the embassy and some of the business support agencies. So we have a lot of inspiration coming home from China, and also wanting to improve our support for our members, the science parks and incubators, to give better support to the companies in our environments to learn more about the Chinese market and to actually go over there more frequently. We made a survey after doing this study trip to China. And we could see that the interest in the science park environments is very huge when it comes to China. We want to learn more about the innovation systems of China and how they can support the Swedish startups and scale-ups going over there. And also, we know that the Swedish companies would like to know how to be better in making business when going to China. Not only going there for a study visit and having Chinese delegations coming here for study visits, but to actually make business. And also learning more about the Chinese culture in order to better make an entrance on the Chinese market. I also represent Science Park Mjärdevi in Linköping, and Linköping is the sister city of Guangzhou since 25 years back. Very good relations and very active relations. Actually, there are 32 different sister cities between China and Sweden, and I think that we could better support those relations in order to have more business taking place. In Linköping, we have a lot of companies doing business with China, and to support them, we started a China network 2 years ago. And we have frequent activities in this network, and actually yesterday, me and my colleague Carl, who is here with me, had an activity that were about designing for China, the product design and the service design to better fit the Chinese market. So I'm very happy to be here today, and we will do our best to promote the Canton Fair in Linköping and trying to have more companies from our environment to go there, but also, of course, do our best to help the Swedish Incubators and Science Park to better give support for helping their companies address the Chinese market. And I wish you all the best of success, and I hope also, as the previous speakers, to visit the Canton Fair in a near future. Thank you very much.